Okay, are we live? Wow, we're already going pretty damn quick. Hello everybody! BigJackFilms here. Welcome to a new live stream. We have not been doing these. Again, I apologize. So yeah, there's a lot to talk about. We're just gonna do a basic stream. Might include some people. Not 100% sure yet. Let's just see how the stream goes for the first little bit. But yeah, it's been a while since I've been able to talk to you guys. And again, I do apologize. I've just been so freaking busy. Good news. Things have picked up immensely. Like, immensely good. So many productions are getting in the can right now. So many things are getting done. I'm having a really good time right now. So that's why I haven't been able to do much publicly. Unless about because I actually have been doing more on TikTok and Instagram and so on. I've just been keeping busy and working on some big productions. GT is Reborn, welcome. We might bring you on later on today. Brendan Carey, good to see you. Rosho Films, hi, good to see you. Toku Prime, Gomez, hi guys, thank you all so much for joining us. So, before we get started on the mainstream, just a few minor updates. So, again, I haven't been doing much of a consistent schedule lately, especially when it comes to video releases and streams and so on, because I've just been very busy. A lot of our big productions have finally picked back up full time. It's been a good 2 years waiting for this pandemic to calm the fuck down, but we're back in business, and it's so fun to get back into the game again. We just finished our last Unicorn episode. That's going to go out actually tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. There'll be a premiere for that, so you guys can join us in the live chat there. Really excited to put out this review. This one was about a good 2 months in the making, but a lot of people involved on this production, and a lot of them really worked hard. And it actually, best part is, for those who saw the Book of Boba Fett episode that we did for Kong, which I'll just be upfront, was kind of a like pulled out of our ass for an episode. So if it's not as one of our best to par, I do apologize, but the story is finally continuing. We're finally able to pick up the story again because we wanted to wait to see what the summer held before we really got back onto the plot of the show. And we've been tinkering with ideas, we've been writing some new stuff, and we're really excited to get back into the game again. Again, we're just taking our pace at this, but things are picking up. So the last Unicorn review goes out Friday, and technically tomorrow night at 9. However, I should point out that we're actually on a big production, hopefully due at the end of June, which is actually a follow-up to the last Unicorn review. So if you watch carefully in the plot, you'll see what probably the next episode is going to entail. I won't say what it is, but there might be hints of it on my social media, on my other social medias. Again, I won't say what, but and no spoilers in the chat, by the way. For those who know, they know. But yeah, it's pretty damn exciting what we're doing right now. So look forward to that down the line. Things are really picking up. Second of all, a couple of things regarding other big productions. So when it comes to the season this year, again, we're taking our time with it. We're hoping to get a finale maybe out in December. If anything, we might do March. And the reason we're thinking March, especially for the certain finale we want to do for this season, if we end up doing it in March, it will actually be in line celebrating the 10th anniversary of the show. Yeah, believe it or not, guys, I've been doing reviews for 10 years. So it'll be a good milestone. It kind of brings everything from the first season on, like, to now all together in one spot. Hopefully, if we can plan it right and get it done by then. Not 100% sure, but I've got a lot of people, especially some people in the chat, who are actually helping me out. So that's crazy. That's how much stuff we're working on right now. And in regards to the Book of Boba Fett episode, I should point out, guys, that episode, again, was just kind of pulled out of my ass because I did want to give you guys something Star Wars related because this leads up to me talking about the prequels. So, I have some really good news. The prequels are back in production. We're going to start shooting a lot of the main stuff around June, this coming month, and we've casted some new people. We've gotten, we're updating Darth Vader a little bit in this one. On top of that, we have a few main cast members finally ready to go. We've been talking with them, and they're ready to start production in June. So things are finally picking up. We're going to pretty much wrap up whatever's left of Phantom Menace, then go right into Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith. Those are going to be the next 2 episodes of production. So we got to balance that up at the same time because we're hoping we can have it out May next year. So I know you guys are starving for the prequel trilogy. It's been a couple years in the making. This pandemic, we had no idea how long this would take, but it's good to finally get this stuff back and going. So that's a plus. I've also got a potential short film I'm going to be releasing maybe in November. No promises, but I have a cast assembled for that. So it's just, yeah, big productions are on the way. Now, this raises a few questions people are asking about in the chat regarding Jurassic World Dominion. So I do plan to go see the movie. I'm actually looking into finding tickets. I'm kind of 11th hour on this shit. I want to see if I can maybe get a press release. I'm going to look around at a few places. I want to see the movie. From what I've seen, this movie's looking spectacular. Way better than Fallen Kingdom. I saw one clip of the movie and I'm like, hands down, already better. They're fixing problems. So I'm really excited. I've actually talked to somebody who's actually seen the movie. He didn't spoil it for me regardless, but I did ask him a few questions I was very curious about regarding certain plot elements, and he says they deliver and then some. So the word is getting out that this movie's actually really good. So I'll definitely be going to see it. You will be seeing an opening night for that movie. I will say, though, I did post this on social media, that if you guys are wondering about a Jurassic Park Legacy reviews this year, unfortunately, some good news and bad news. Bad news is it's not happening this year. I know it's like, what? A set of Jurassic Park Legacy reviews with a new movie coming out and no reviews? What the hell, BigJackFilms? Well, the thing is because of how many projects we're already working on, we just don't have time for it, especially what we want to do with it. Because what we've decided, what we ultimately want to discuss in terms of the 4 reviews, and because this is being declared the final film in the franchise, this might be our last set of reviews. So we want to make it count. And what we want to do is we want to talk about the 2 books, the 2 Michael Crichton novels. We want to talk about Camp Cretaceous, but I want to wait till the show ended and watch it all the way through. And then we want to talk about, we're debating which one we want to do for part 3 or part 4. Do we want to do Dominion first, or do we want to do the next thing first? And it's really flip-flopping because Dominion is on that list. I want to just wait for the entire Jurassic era to finish up, and then I can talk about it all together and overall give my opinions on the franchise, but I want to give it a year. But also, I want to talk about the future of the franchise, because clearly these movies make money for Universal. So the question is, if this is the final film, what's next? And I have said my opinion on it on social media, in terms of what I think they should do, but that is something I do want to discuss down the road, is what I think the future holds for the franchise and what they should do with the IP. But basically, the reason I'm pushing it back to next year is not just the fact that I'm in the middle of these massive productions, but next year, it's actually more appropriate. It'll be the 30th anniversary of the original Jurassic Park, and I think perfect time to discuss the what's left of the franchise and where it spawned from, sort of the beginning and the end, the bookends of this legacy reviews. So like the beginnings and the endings. I think that's pretty much where I'm going to be putting the reviews in is next year, because for next season, because I just think it's more appropriate, and plus it'll give me more time to process both Camp Cretaceous and Dominion to see how they stack up with the rest of the franchise. So there's that in regards to Jurassic Park, for anybody wondering. I do want to see the movie. I do want to see it. It looks exciting. I'm actually really hyped for this one. It's funny because Fallen Kingdom, I was very disappointed, but I wasn't really hyped for that one. Surprisingly, I was excited, but at the same time, I was also kind of like, I don't know. So I don't know. Let's see what happens with this one. I'm curious what they do with it. I heard they're going to go absolutely insane, which is saying something, because I don't mind the insanity that they want to do with these movies. So let's see what happens. So that's happening. I'm trying to think what else is going on. So I give you an update on what's happening on our show, what's happening with Star Wars, what's happening with Jurassic Park. What else did I talk about? Really nothing much. I mean, I'm going to slowly work on more remasters of IndiFan's videos. Those are coming up. I'm also going to be, actually a little bit of a tad good news. Brad's going to be coming back to the channel for a little bit. He's going to be doing some maybe potentially new 16-bit shows. We're hoping to have an episode out this month in time for the release of Dominion. He wants to do a game review, so maybe we'll do something on that end. We'll plan something out. I am in talks with them, early talks, but things are picking up. and I'm really happy that things are picking up. Money's being well spent on our end with the productions and so on, which, by the way, speaking of funds, thank you all so much to the new members of our Patreon. We've gotten a huge amount of people on Patreon now. Like, we're getting some good funds in to help with our productions. So if you guys are interested in supporting us, I'll link down below. Just $1 more will get you access to all of our content, as well as other special features. And we're actually going to start posting more there. We want to post more on Patreon, and we want to give you guys a little bit of sneak previews of what's to come. We might include some behind-the-scenes photos. There's tons of spoilers that'll probably be on there. And I should point out, and it's something I've been tinkering with. I don't want anybody I'm associated with I'm talking to on it to link it out to the public, but we're debating a Discord. Now, I use Discord very rarely. Like, I only use it for communication reasons, contact reasons, and occasionally, like, if I want to, like, game with a few friends or something. I don't use Discord often, but part of me wants to potentially open up a BigJackFilms Discord server. That is maybe in the works. In fact, I mean, I've even thought about, because we have a Facebook group, and we have a Facebook group for our productions that go back to the days of Kong. Part of us wants to open that up more to the public, and let us know if you want to join the Facebook group. I may not be on there as much, but it's something to kind of tinker with. But we definitely are thinking about a Discord, because Discord's huge right now. We're still doing TikToks. That's the thing. Actually, it's funny. I've been taking advantage of the YouTube Shorts by just basically taking TikToks I've done and putting them on here. And quite frankly, you guys seem to really like it. So thank you all so much for that. But to all the new Patreons, thank you so much. I think that's what I'll make the rule too. If you want to join our Discord, if I make one, you have to be subscribed to our Patreon. Only way to get that done. Only way to get that going. I will think about that. That might be a potential idea. If you guys want to join our Discord, you just got to support us on Patreon. So that's something I will consider. Also, super chats, always welcome, of course. We're going to answer questions regardless, but super chats are always appreciated. So, yeah, just things are picking up. Things are in a really good spot. I'm really excited to put out some stuff. Also, convention-wise, I will be attending Anime North in July. That is a given. I'm debating. I might be at Niagara Falls Comic-Con, not this weekend. This weekend I'm at a Toy Fair in Mississauga, but I might be going to Niagara Falls Comic-Con in next week. I don't know yet. Alejandro, in answer to your question, that's the biggest question I get, and I'll just make sure that is a rule I should have, guys, for people who ask questions. If you ask a question more than 3 times, I will, and I don't answer it, I will not answer it. I just don't spam the chat, please. But to Alejandro, no sequel to my Kong remake. Unfortunately, that has been my biggest question. So let me just get that off the bat. So anyway, might be going to Niagara Falls Comic-Con next weekend. Not 100% sure. Might be a day. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Depends on what Josh is doing, because he would be my only chance of getting down there. But I will be at the Mississauga Toy Fair, I think Saturday. Not 100% sure. And then Niagara Falls Comic-Con maybe next weekend. And then I will also be at Anime North. That is the one I'm looking forward to the most. A lot of people are telling me to go to YetiCon, which used to actually be where I used to live, but never been there, never had the time, didn't even know it was happening this year. So that's something I'm doing. And I will be at Fan Expo. That will be a given. I will be at Fan Expo Toronto if you guys want to meet me there. I've been tinkering with the idea of coming down to a couple of US cons. So I should point out, I was planning to go to the Too Many Games convention in Pennsylvania. James had invited me down to attend a screening of the AVGN movie and the Game Chasers movie, and we were ready to go. We had the hotels booked and everything, but my ride forgot to renew his passport, so we were grounded. And thankfully, he did pay back the reimbursements and everything. But that's a shame. I told James I did apologize, and he said no worries. And so basically, I'm going to try to keep track, because whatever con he might go to, I might jump on that. So I'll let you guys know what's happening on that end. So that's happening. But yeah, just things, again, picking up. Again, I'm talking 14 minutes into the stream. I'm just giving you guys updates because I haven't done these in a while. Another thing, we're going to probably get back to gaming streamings because we just fixed our gaming stuff, our gaming connections. So we can actually play video games again. So that's a plus. And then tomorrow you're going to see, we're actually finally picking up on Patreon and mailed in movie requests for opening night. So you're going to see one tomorrow, basically. And it's going to be a review of something I haven't seen in 20 years, the live action Scooby-Doo movie. oh, I have things to say. If you follow me on social media, I have things to say about that film. And they may raise some eyebrows. So anyway, so there's the updates. That's what's happening. That's basically what's going on, essentially. So with that said, we're also going to be doing essentially fan mail. We've got a bit of mail coming in today. I should also point out I've got a piece of mail that I'm actually getting sponsored for that I will be doing a review of hopefully down the line, and it is Kong related, so stay tuned for that. So with that being said, let's open up the first two. I've got two from our buddy in Potterstown, PA. He always likes to send us fan art and stuff, which is fun. And we're just going to be essentially doing that. So, there's so much artwork here. I haven't, again, I apologize I have not been able to do fan mail other guys. I really appreciate all the fan mail you send me. Again, just busy. Busy bee. Anyway, okay, this is nice. This is nice. I do like this. It's Disney's Dinosaur. It's funny because part of me has been tinkering with the idea of doing a review of this movie. Because I watched it again recently on Disney Plus, of all things. I use my friend's Disney Plus. It's pretty damn good. It still holds up. Like, that music by James Newton Howard's fantastic. Also thought about doing more fan trailers. I want to do maybe one for Disney's Kong, the one me and Huey Two-More talked about. Also, if Huey is in the chat, I might bring him on because he has been wanting to go on the chat for a while. Awesome Red Ranger Studios. Guys, go subscribe to Red Ranger Studios. I'm actually really wanting to see what he does with his show. He is in the chat, so go check out his channel. Really appreciate that. Hello, Henry Mockingbird. Let's see. Do a review of Astro Boy. I didn't grow up with Astro Boy. I didn't see the movie. All I knew is it was essentially... Oh my god, look who showed up! Monstrosities, Matt. Good to see you, Matt. Where's Huey Lewis? Dude is due to pay Jackson. Oh man, Monstrosities, we might have you on later if you want. If you want to jump on, we might consider it. So, guys, special thanks, Monstrosities. Thank you so much for coming in, Matt. We'll bring you in if you want. We're just opening up fan mail first. So there's that. So there's the Disney's Dinosaur. There's another Godzilla King of the Monsters piece of fan art. I should also point out the amount of fan art and fan mail I get. I have a file box like that big, full of fan mail. It's getting overflowing. And part of me wants to take all the artwork and make a collage, like a sort of like a quilt collage, and put it somewhere. I just don't know where. So you have this King of the Monsters piece, which is really nice. I really like that. We've got My Father's Dragon, which I've never heard of this. Is this a Netflix? Okay, it's a Netflix thing. Cartoon Saloon Animation. I don't know. Okay, so it's from Secret of Kells. So it's that Scottish animation company. So I guess they were planning something on that end. Then we have what the fuck? Happy Velociraptor Awareness Day. I didn't know Velociraptors had a holiday, but obviously there's a lot of dinosaur art we're going to be getting with the upcoming Kong or the upcoming Jurassic World movie. So there's a plus. And then we got, oh god, Squidward couldn't handle watching the animated Titanic. I imagine this was probably said after I did my American Tail review and I did that like really bad jab at that animated Titanic movie. No, I will not review it. There are plenty of people who have already covered it, including one RaisorBlade. Go check out his videos. RaisorBlade has actually been kicking so much ass lately. Really proud of him. Really good, doing a good job, man. Kudos to him. So we got the second piece of fan art. Second piece of art. Oh. Look, I love this sticker he put on the back. I should point out, I think the time is coming. I haven't edited, I haven't filmed it yet, but I will probably be doing the last reaction video to the George Carlin Dubs Thomas videos. I will plan that. Those things make bank for me. Those things make views. I am really tinkering of really finally finishing it off. Will I do more Thomas-related stuff down the road? I don't think so. I think this is a good place to end that little series I did, if he made any more, however. And part of me wants to like do more reaction videos because there's so much stuff people want me to talk about. So I've just been a very busy boy. I have not had much time to do basic videos. So, because I'm catching up on 2 years of loss. Now we have, let's see here. We have a Panger Ban from the cartoons. Again, Secret of Kells. This guy loves the Secret of Kells. So there's like a little poster thing, a little cat art there. I'm really excited actually for Kenobi, Cat of the Fat. I love that name. Really excited for that. I really want to see what they do with that. I might actually go this weekend to my buddy's place in Brampton and watch it. I don't know. I'm considering it. Okay, this piece of artwork, you never expected in a million years that this would be a concept. But ever since I did my Disney Kong episode, now I'm getting this. And then part of me is like, the artwork's nice. I don't know about a movie. Disney's Godzilla. Can you imagine Walt Disney Pictures doing a 2D animated version of 1954's Gojira? Oh, that's perfectly appropriate for children. That's perfectly appropriate. It's a nice piece of artwork, though. You have Disney's King Ghidorah, which, okay, to be fair, I do like what he did here. He took a little influence from both Maleficent, what is it, the three beast thing from Hercules, and the Reluctant Dragon, or Pete's Dragon, to make Ghidorah. That's actually really cool. That's a really interesting idea. I do like that. And then you have Disney's Monster. It's basically Disney's Monsterverse, essentially. What are your first thoughts about the burning Ferris wheel scene in Mighty Joe Young, the Disney version? Okay, so here's the thing with the endings to both films. The original with the orphanage is great. Is it an afterthought? Probably. But is it a great visual spectacle? Absolutely. I think the remake, it was more appropriate with the Ferris wheel because, again, while the original is great, the original has a great ending, that orphanage felt very tacked on. But whereas the Ferris wheel, it actually does serve the story a little better. So, I don't know. Maybe just story-wise, the remake has it, but the original has a beat with the visuals. So now we have Disney's Mothra. Walt Disney Pictures presents Mothra. Oh, that just sounds lovely. And then you got Rodan, which looks like an anorexic Petrie. That's amazing. That's awesome. And oh wow, okay, so he sent us, I guess, in preparation for the movie. We have Last Unicorn artwork, which is awesome. So thank you. Wow, we're getting fan art before the episode comes out. Thank you so much. Red Ranger Studios. I brought this up on Twitter. I refuse to watch the Rescue Rangers movie because I know it's, oh, look at all the Easter eggs. Look at all the nostalgia. Look at this. It's cool. It's awesome. It's a multi-crossover thing. It's just what you want, Jack. Yeah, but there's no heart to it. There's no soul to it. It feels soulless. It feels like it's just banking on nostalgia, banking on the idea without even putting a lick of effort. The whole thing with Peter Pan, the whole controversy, I have very big issues with. So I will just not watch it. I don't want to watch it. And also, why you make an ugly Sonic a thing? We hated that for a reason. On top of that, again, it's almost like Disney knows it makes shit sometimes, but they're thinking they can now make billions off of shit that they made. And nobody cares. Like, this is the thing. We hated it for a reason. We wanted you to not make money on this. Now you're making money on it because you think you can crack a self-aware joke when that's our fucking job. No, Disney, no. So there's that. I do plan to do maybe more Zorro content, Alejandro. That is a possibility. Look at the doggy. Look at the dog over there. Look over there. Oh, the dog got. Oh, so it's just a little dog thing, I guess. Well, that's interesting. So thank you so much to our friend from Potterstown, of course, sending us all the artwork. Now we have an Amazon package. I just ordered some stuff off Amazon. Again, one of them is a sponsored video that I'm going to be doing. This one is not it. I'm going to cheat and bite. But I did order some stuff on Amazon, so let's see what we got here. What is it? Okay, so for those who don't know, if you guys saw my Kong video formats episode, in fact, give me a sec. I just want to pull something out. One moment, just bear with me. So for those who don't know, guys, go check out my Kong video formats episode. That was really well put together. So what happened was that I brought up how the vast amount of Kong DVDs that are out there. I mean, here's my copy of Kong 76. This is the 2005 release by Paramount. And this was in line with the Peter Jackson remake. And the artwork's pretty good. Like, the artwork's on the covers. It's really good. And this is what I use mostly for my review. This is what my only access was. Terrible bonus features. Definitely not the Shout Factory Blu-ray. But come 2017, when Kong Skull Island came out, Paramount released the movie again. And it's pretty much the same fucking DVD. As you can see, there's Lang and everything. So they re-released it and deliberately made it look like Kong Skull Island. I should point that out. And what they did was, they had a second variant. This is the 2017 variant of the film. And this one is just the same DVD, but there's no Jessica Lange, right? So I just got it for the variant reasons. So it is the same freaking DVD, the same movie, except there's just no Lang on the cover. So here's the 2005 variant, and here's the 2017 variant. They are deliberately the same, but I just wanted to get the variant. So that's just going to collect dust, and I'll keep it sealed even, because, you know, you never know when you need a spare copy of the movie. In fact, you know what? I'm going to open it. I just want to see comparisons to the original DVD. How do I figure out how to open it? I don't know what I have here. I don't know if I have tools. Here, I'll use this pirate skull thing I used for cosplay. But, yeah, I just ordered this just for shits and giggles. I got another DVD coming in, and just doing that. Part of me wants to, like, at some point, way down the road, I'll do an update on that video format episode, because I have been collecting it slowly. But this one I wanted to get for a while. So this is the, again, the 2017 variant of Kong 76 on DVD. And it is something I wanted to just obtain, essentially. It'll just come out. Oh my god. Damn it. This is terrible. Oh, jeez. They seal the shit up tight. So, again, just, it's the same movie. So, again, 2005. And actually, I'll say this. The cover, the plastic, is much stronger on this. This feels extremely light. Extremely light. You know, a little rattle in it, too. That's pretty crazy. Like, the quality difference. So, the thing is with the 2005 and these DVD releases, they are probably the poorest quality version of the film. And the reason for it is because the first release on DVD was 1999, and it had the iconic poster on it, like the iconic him in between the trade centers and everything. And it was ripped from the Laserdisc prints, from what I've heard. And I do need to get the movie on Laserdisc at some point. And the thing is that the first DVD released in 99, they actually took it off shelves after the events of 9/11. So they didn't release the movie for a while, not until the Peter Jackson movie. So 2005, and we have 2017. Now, what's interesting is that there's one variant on Amazon that has the original as a double feature. That's the first time those two have been released together. And unfortunately, it's one of the rarer DVDs. I've seen it. It's up there for like $80. I'm like, are you serious? $80. I'm not paying for that. But yeah, I wanted to get the 20, because this one was cheaper. So I did get the 2017 variant. And let's just curious how it is. So the thing is, again, different quality plastic. You have this one's solid. It has the lock pieces, which a lot of people took issues with. I don't mind that. I think it adds extra security to the DVD. And then, so here's the disc. There's the disc in all its Region 1 glory. Surprisingly, here, it's funny because I think in the US it's PG. The movie's PG rated. Canada, it's 14A. Holy shit. Like, this is a pretty ballsy remake then. So that's the 2005 version. Then we have the 2017 version. I'm curious to see. Now, again, there's no locks on this version of the DVD, but let's see. Okay, you know what? They actually changed I was thinking it was going to be the same disc. But no, it's not the same disc. It's actually, I'm surprised. I'm very surprised with this version. So here, again, 2005 disc. I actually like this one a little more. And then you have the 2017 variant. It's just one of those silver ones. Anybody else, like, really think that's just terrible laziness? They are deliberately just, like, putting silver. Like, that's all they do. It just saves them printing. But, yeah, it's like, they definitely changed it. Now, I wonder if it's the same quality now. That's what I wonder. I wonder if it's the same. It's probably the same DVD. But I am curious to see, like, if it's, like, better quality than the 2005 DVD. But, yeah, I just picked this up just for shits and giggles. I just wanted to get this. I just figured it was cool to get the to have both versions. So again, 2005 version, the 2017 variant, and now I just need the now I need the 99 variant. If anybody has any leads or wants to donate the 99 version, let me know. But again, that's all the fan mail on that end. And of course, guys, if you want to send us fan mail, you can send at the classic address, BigJackFilms, P.O. Box 326, Queensville, Ontario, L0G1R0. Link in the description. Gifts, donations, funds, whatever. Like, we appreciate it immensely. So again, thank you so much. Now, with that being said, and I should bring up I'll just bring it out for shits and giggles. Here's the Shout Factory Blu-ray, the Shout Factory Extended TV Cut. This one is essentially, yeah, it's the Shout Factory version. So there you go. There it is in all its glory. So just in comparison, so you have that. So there's all three versions. There we go. So with that being said, let's talk about what to talk about. Now, I don't know if Huey Timor's on here. I'm gonna invite him down. I'm gonna see if he's interested. Let's see here. Let me bring him in. Let me see if he wants to come in. Because if not, I might bring a few other people in. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna actually go to Discord too. So let me just send him on Discord. Because I know he's been wanting to come on for a while, but let's see if he can jump on here. If he'll let me on. But yeah, just things are doing really freaking good. Also, yeah, 20th anniversary of Attack of the Clones. This is pretty cool. Holy shit. Got a lot of people on here. Let's see. Let me see if Huey wants to jump on. Well, let's see what happens. He might jump on later, but anyway, yeah. So just that's what's going on. We'll answer some questions in a sec. I just want to grab something here. I'm gonna grab a little thing here, just kind of because I might actually have to go take a bit of a minute. Might take a break because I just got to fix some stuff. But I will be right back. Hang on a second. Let me just put in a little image here. On a memento, guys. Zoom in. Okay, you know what? I'll actually be right back, and we'll answer a few questions for you guys. So just hold what you've got here. I will be right back. All right, let's see. Can we just trying to get the thing. Share screen. Go to window. Let's try that. Share. Good. Is that how it works? Okay, I will be right back, guys. Hold your. Okay, we're back. All right, sorry about that. I had to take a quick little bathroom break. Anyway, so yeah, while we're waiting for Huey, hopefully he shows up. Not 100% sure, but in the meantime, why don't we ask some questions? He might come in, guys. He might come in. So, why don't we ask some questions very quickly before he shows up? So let's see here. What should Jack's next commentary be? I hope it's the Kong musical. That's something I might be doing. I might be doing more commentaries down the road. Just don't know 100% yet. So there's that. Also, I'm eating gummy candies because I feel like it. No worries. Didn't lose much. We were just giving updates, and I was just opening fan mail. I bought a bunch of DVDs. Made another Kong video. It's less than 30 seconds. It's gonna gain attraction. You might want to react to it live. Perhaps. Racist of God. Perhaps. Hi, Daris Alam. Good to see you. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. How long is the extended version of Kong 76 compared to the theatrical cut? As I stated in my review, it's 45 minutes longer. They added 45 minutes of additional stuff to the film. So that is what you can expect if you get the Blu-ray. Let's see. So there's that. Okay. Do you still have your 8mm print of Kong? Yes, I do. It's stored away in a box somewhere. I don't know where, but it's still around. I still own the damn thing. Do you think the 2022 Batman the Riddler should have left trophies for Batman instead of gift cards like in the Arkham games? I was very much pleasantly I was okay with what I had with the Riddler in this movie. It's just the fact that we haven't had Riddler in almost 30 years was enough to make me happy. It was enough to make me smile. So I was very, very happy with that, with those topics. Oh, I'm dropping gummies. Just typing on over to Huey. Hang on a sec. There you go. Let's see here. When will the Predator opening night happen? So here's the thing. I have a backlog of reviews I have to do. Tomorrow is the live-action Scooby-Doo. Next week is hopefully the sequel. Then I gotta do Bumblebee, which was a donation sent to me. Then I gotta do Predator, and then I can go on to Patreon requests. Speaking of, okay, guys, so we have him in the house. He is here to, he's been wanting to come back on the streams for a while. Of course, please help me welcoming the one and only Huey Tumor of Huey's Animated Movie Reviews. How you doing, man?
Hey, Jack.
Good to see you on the scene, man. How you been?
Just fine. Just been doing a lot of stuff while I'm waiting for my new computer to arrive.
Excellent. Really looking forward to see you back on the review scene, man. We've missed you.
Thanks.
In the meantime, man, summer's around. Things are picking up. I'm actually really happy with things right now. Oh man.
In the meantime, I'm still doing collabs with other reviewers. I'm working on one right now, and afterwards I'm going to do another one after that. I don't know how many more until I get back to my old show.
Though. Well, I kind of like the storyline you're doing, actually. In fact, guys, go check out IndiFan's review of the Batman. I can't remember which Batman thing it was.
But Batman New Times.
Yeah, Batman New Times. It was him and Huey Tumor. They did an amazing review. I was thoroughly impressed with the final product. Well done, guys. Like, you guys kicked ass on that one.
Thanks.
Yeah, so... Anyway, Huey, so yeah, you've been working, you're getting back into the swing of things. You got your computer coming out. What else are you working on?
Glad you asked. I am here to officially announce that for those who are subscribed to my channel, you already know this, but I have announced that I am working on a King Kong audio drama that I've been working on since 2017. The script is finally finished, and I am holding auditions as we speak. So far, I have about 16 submissions.
That's impressive. Count me in. Count me in. I'm in.
No one's auditioned for Andero yet.
I can probably look around for you. I'll try my best. I don't know that many leagues, but I'll give it a shot.
Thanks, Jack.
I got your back, man. I mean, I can tell you, man, when I started doing reviews, I mean, you were one of the influences. You were up there with the other critics. You know, like it's funny to think next year, believe it or not, I've been doing this for 10 years.
Damn.
Yeah, 2013. It's funny because one thing that's interesting is that, what is it? Nick Jackson of Jackson Knight Productions has actually advised me that for the 10th anniversary, along with the 90th anniversary of the original, I should just re-review the original movie again. And part of me wants to, because I look back on my old review and I'm like, ooh, I could have done better. Like, especially looking at what they do now. So
I think a lot of us feel that way with our earlier reviews. I certainly feel that way with a lot of my earlier reviews. Hence why I suggested you re-reviewed the 2 Toho Kong movies.
Yeah, like those actually came out really well, just re-reviewing those. So I might do the same. I also want to definitely do the same with the Peter Jackson remake, because looking back on my old review, I do feel I was unnecessarily very negative and harsh to the film.
Honestly, I don't know. I disagree. The Peter Jackson movie is good, but it doesn't deserve the worldwide critical praise I believe it is. And I don't think of it as a shot-for-shot remake like the Psycho movie. I just feel like, I don't know. I'm just not really a fan of Peter Jackson's Skull Island. I mean, I understand why. I mean, I heard he was inspired by the works of Dougal Dixon for how his dinosaurs look. In case you guys don't know, Dougal Dixon is a Scottish geologist, and he has published a bunch of books on dinosaurs, but most of you might know of his speculative evolution books, such as After Man, Speculative Evolution, which talks about speculative evolution of life on Earth after man goes extinct. Then in the 90s, he published a book called The New Dinosaurs, showing what dinosaurs would have looked like if they kept evolving and mankind if they never went extinct. And then he wrote a third book that's not really well looked upon called Man After Man, showing like man's evolution and being experimented on. But his first 2 books, After Man and The New Dinosaurs, are really good in my opinion. Some of the speculative science may not hold up as well today, but it's pretty good for the part. I mostly love the artwork. And the books also inspired a Animal Planet / BBC special called The Future is Wild. Now, they couldn't make an adaptation of After Man because the rights belong to DreamWorks right now. But they made a new special, like I said, called The Future is Wild, and they did get Dougal Dixon as an advisor for it. And I heard Dougal Dixon's work is what inspired the dinosaurs in Peter Jackson's Skull Island.
Yeah, it's the thing is, like, I look at the because I always figured, because I know, like, looking at, like, doing research and stuff when I was doing a lot of those reviews, a lot of the stuff from the 96 remake, because I always said, oh, the 96 one would have been a better film. The thing is, some stuff from that draft didn't make the film, like the Brontosaurus Stampede, the swamp scene, the
design of the raptors.
Yeah, like all that stuff came from that original draft. And actually, it's funny because Monstrosities just brought up something that's really funny, and I want to point this out. He said they should have included more Bidensaurus, which is a running gag. Funny you mentioned that, Monstrosities, because I'm trying to find the page it's on. I finally got the book.
Wait, how much did it cost?
$3.
You're kidding me.
Thrift shop. It was literally on a freaking bookshelf. Like,
God damn it. If only there were thrift shops where I live.
Like a coffee table. And I'm just like, yoink. So I did finally get the book. Yeah, and this has come in handy at points. I've always wanted the book. Actually, it's funny because I have duplicates of a couple of things Kong related that I'm actually thinking maybe at some point I'll do a giveaway. I don't know, but let's see what happens. I might do a contest giveaway.
Speaking of monstrosities, the only role that isn't up for audition is Carl Denham, because I wanted Matt Burkett of Monstrosities to play Carl Denham, but he hasn't really given us an answer yet because we haven't talked to him on Facebook.
Yeah, it's been I know a lot of people, I think because everybody's going outside now, a lot of social media stuff is kind of being a tad empty. I mean, myself included. That's why I'm not on much, because man, I'm working on so much stuff. Dude, you are gonna really like the Last Unicorn review that goes out Friday. It's gonna be something else.
I better like it.
Well, dude, it's 45 minutes long. It's a long one.
I don't really know your review is going to top mine from 2009.
Mine's like, because it's not just like maybe like a 35-minute review of the full freaking movie and like all the details. I went into a lot of depth on this one, but the storyline continues, so it's like finally I can get back to that. And there's also, without spoilers, tad hint of what's going to come next, which I'm working my ass off. Let's just say I'm doing a lot of night shoots right now with this one, so that's all I'll say. Let's not spoil it. Okay. But there's a lot of night shoots on this next
I will
episode
say this.
Afterwards.
I bet your review doesn't have something. I bet. Okay, I did a show, but when I was still doing my review shows, I was also doing another show, a retrospective show called Fantasy Movie Memories.
I love that show.
The only reason we stopped doing it is because me and my friend Morgan fell out and we're not really friends anymore.
Yeah, honestly, well, I mean, like the episodes, I think the episodes are still, I've heard the episodes are kind of floating around, like, I think, like the, I
have them all on my computer.
Yeah, but I've heard they're kind of floating around on, like, what is it, those, what are those websites, the archival websites? Like, they're somewhere.
Yeah. Anyway, like I said, we had a falling out and I can't really do the show anymore. I know you told me to be positive, but I will say this. He has been known to gaslight people.
Yeah, let's not get into drama.
Right.
But it is understandable.
Anyway, like I said, I'm sorry. Anyway, back to the point. The point is, we did an episode on The Last Unicorn. And in a bunch of other episodes, we got like guest stars. Like in Flight of the Navigator, we were able to get the original director, Randall Kleiser, and Doug Walker. For The Last Unicorn, my friend James Sullivan, a.k.a. Jaime Tude, was able to get me an interview with none other than Peter S. Beagle himself.
Really? I don't think I saw that episode. You'll have to send me that. I'm curious because I've met Beagle. Here's the thing, because I bring this up. I have met Beagle personally at a screening of the movie 10 years ago. And by the way, it was glorious to see it on the big screen. Like I think this was right before the Shout Factory release. But I also, a couple of years ago, one of the fan expos, I did meet Mia Farrow, and she was extremely sweet. Like, really nice lady, Mia Farrow. Yeah. So that was a plus. So I'm really looking forward to this review. This review is going to be freaking fire. And don't worry, guys. After the episode airs, I'll explain everything. And I'll have behind-the-scenes photos on all my social media. I've been posting a lot more on Instagram and TikTok and Twitter. I'm trying to do a little bit more, and so on. I'll probably post them first on probably Patreon, because I do want to do more early access there.
Speaking of Mia Farrow, what do she and the director of the 76 King Kong have in common?
They both worked on something together.
Death on the Nile, 1978.
Really? That was John Gillerman?
Yep, John Gillerman directed the movie based on the Agatha Christie novel. And let me tell you, that movie is a hell of a lot better than the new one that's out now.
Garrett, I didn't even know they remade it.
Yeah, they did. And honestly, I'm not a fan of the Kenneth Branagh remakes of that or Murder on the Orient Express. My advice, watch the 70s movies. They are a lot better.
I want to say, by the way, if you guys want a good book on John Gillerman, I got actually sponsored for this a while ago, but it's John Gillerman, The Man, the Myth, and the Movies, written by his widow, Mary Gillerman, friend of mine. Definitely pick up this book. It's got a lot of personal insights on Kong 76. Death on the Nile is also mentioned, along with The Towering Inferno. This book, you can get it on Amazon.com. Well worth picking up.
Oh, that reminds me. Mia Farrow isn't the only Last Unicorn alumni in Death on the Nile.
Alan Arkin?
Angela Lansbury.
Of course. I find, I'll say this. There is a joke I make in the review that is relatively funny regarding Mommy Fortuna in the film. So you'll know it when you see it.
Oh, by the way, Angela Lansbury turns 97 this week.
She's 97?
Mm-hmm.
Holy I thought she was like maybe her like late 80s.
Nope, 97.
Oh my god!
I think that's something. Look at friggin' Dick Van Dyke, Bastards in his 90s, and he's still tap dancing.
They're in the Disney version of Mortal Kombat. Who's gonna get to 100 first? Oh man, like they are kicking it. I love it.
Let's just hope they live to 100, unlike poor Betty.
Yeah, you wonder if they're taking you wonder if they're just sucking the juice out of Walt's frozen body.
Yeah.
That's I know that's been declared a myth. So
anyway, but the point is, I would really like to see you review Death on the Nile someday, since John Gilliman, Lansbury, and Farrow are in it.
Part of me wants to. Obviously, one of the things I'm actually going to start doing now is more Patreon sponsored reviews. Because one of the things I will kind of just plug in there, one of the new goals we have, guys, if you guys want me to review a movie of your choice, if you put in $100, I will cover it as an episode. So there's something I'm definitely gonna plug in, because I mean, obviously with inflation up, with keeping the lights on, it helps. So I've been really hesitant with Patreon sponsored Big Jack Films reviews. But I think I've got more time now to probably do them, so I will definitely do that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, just so you guys know, the whole reason I'm doing this King Kong audio drama in the first place, you'll have to thank Jack for that. His reviews inspired me to do them, especially his King Kong fan film reviews.
But what about my movie itself?
Meh.
Well, I mean, hey, it's past 1 million views. It's doing something here.
Yeah. Well, honestly, I've wanted to remake King Kong for the longest time. Even in high school, I wanted to remake King Kong, but that was going to be a shot-for-shot remake with a few changes, like Psycho was. But I abandoned it, and when I started watching your review, I thought, you know what? I should bring back my King Kong remake, but since I'm older and wiser now, I figured, how can I make my King Kong different from all the other remakes out there? So I took inspiration from here and there, like the 96 draft, 76, the unmade Legend of King Kong, 2005 and 1933, and kind of jumbled it all together.
Actually, it's funny because there's a project that I've been hearing of in Australia. I can't give too. I kind of keep it under wraps, but apparently I know somebody in Australia is, believe it or not, possibly doing a biopic on Willis O'Brien.
Nice.
Can't say what the whole thing, but it's been rumored, is what I'll say. It's a rumored Willis O'Brien biopic, and I'm like, and let's just say they reached out to me and they want me to cameo, so I'm considering it.
I bet you the working title is Obi.
That's fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi!
No. Obi was actually Willis O'Brien's nickname.
Oh, I know. Just making the obvious joke. That's fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi. How has nobody ever done a Photoshop of Willis O'Brien as Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Oh, God.
To be fair, that'd be actually a good joke. Like, imagine, like, I have to learn the ways of stop motion. I come across Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Very funny.
I love that.
Anyway.
Now I want to see, like, the whole scene, because it's funny, because today is the 45th anniversary of the original Star Wars. Just have the whole scene with Luke and Obi-Wan, and it's basically Willis O'Brien and Ray Harryhausen. It's like, and Ray Harryhausen's like, what's stop motion? Stop motion is what gives the special effects masters power. It's an energy field created by frame-by-frame references that surround us and penetrates us and binds cinema together. Can somebody just do a whole do that? Just like add their heads onto Luke and Obi-Wan? I actually would love that. Like they have there's a famous infamous shot of like Obi-Wan giving Luke the lightsaber, promotional still, but just have it where it's Ray Harryhausen on Luke, O'Brien on Obi-Wan, and then the lightsaber is like a dinosaur puppet. I don't know why. I think that'd be really funny. Photoshop artists, get on it. So yeah, man, I'm really wanting to see what this radio drama is all about. I will definitely be putting the word in. I have been putting the word in. I'm gonna try to help you out and get some more. How many more hands do you need on the project?
I just need, I'm casting voices right now, and I don't know who's going to do the audio editing, but when it's all done, I'm going to post in separate parts, but when they're all done, I want to put them all together and then hire different artists to do the drawings for them, like with the My Little Pony audio dramas, like, Daughter of Discord and such, how they hire different artists to do different scenes and such to go with the sounds and the music.
Okay, I'm definitely want to see where that goes, because it's funny, because when I did the Conan opera here in Toronto, which actually we just finished up the final show like 2 weeks ago, the way it opens, we have like opening credits that are projected, and I met the artist, the artist who did all the artwork for it, and it was really well put together. And I'm actually maybe talking with him about doing some artwork stuff at some point. So I'll put in the word for you. Although it's funny because the opening credits of the Conan show, when I was watching it, we have the first opening act and then the credits roll. It reminded me of like the opening credits of Suburban Nights for some reason. It just had the same look, but it was kind of a charm to it. But Conan was fun to work on. That was really cool to work on, by the way. So, yeah, guys, if you guys want to go check out Huey's stuff, I'll put a link down below after this stream to check out his YouTube channel.
And
go
don't forget the link
Patreon.
to don't forget the link to my casting call page if anyone is interested in auditioning for the Kong project.
Yeah, if you want, Huey, after your once we get done this part of the stream, you can just go on the chat and just put in your plugs and stuff. It's all good. But yeah, definitely want to see where it goes, man. Really looking forward to it. We're gonna try to maybe get some other people on the stream tonight, but it was just good to hear from you, man.
Thanks. Just so you know, guys, since I'm so inspired, I've decided I'm going to do many more audio dramas after King Kong is finished. Hell, I'm planning my next audio drama as we speak. You want to know what it is, or would you rather be surprised?
Let's keep it a surprise. I think some people want to be surprised by certain stuff. So I know, I'll say this though, I'm debating on, after the last Unicorn episode, if I want to start promoting the next episode a tad early, even though we're kind of like midway through production. We've shot a majority of it, but we're still I want to wait maybe till I get a few more major sequences done on the next 2 episodes.
I'm still waiting for my King Kong requests, dude.
Yeah, I know the Book of Boba Fett. That was just, I'll be honest, man, that one I pulled out of my ass. So, what's the one you want me to do?
2 of them so far. Walter Mellon, King Gong, and Beetlejuice, Beauty and the Beetle, which are both King Kong parodies.
I might do those because I know my next review that I'm probably going to do is actually a sponsored episode. So it's not sponsored by anybody on Patreon, but it's actually sponsored for a product. So I'm probably going to do that. And then I might actually make that next, because now that I'm actually working on the big projects, that will be a good time to work on stuff like that, like these smaller requested episodes. So
Walter Mellon, call Walter Mellon if you're stuck in a bind.
I'll definitely probably put that next on the list. So again, Huey Tumor, thank you so much for joining us on the stream, and
thank you for having me,
man.
Thank you for having me, Jack.
All right, take it easy, my man.
I will. See you at the movies. Anime movies, that is.
See ya. Yeah, so that was good to hear from Huey. Awesome to see him. I'm actually going to bring in the word on a few other people. Let me see if I can get maybe a few more people on here. Who else can we invite onto this stream? No, I'm gonna bring in a couple people. Let's see how many people we can get in this time. Let's see. We've got SteamYard. Let's see about Sean. Let's see if we can get JT on here. I haven't heard from him in a while. Let's see here. Might as well. Let's see if we can get Ryan, maybe. Ryan, and let's get Brad and Nick on here. Let's see if they want to join us. It's all there, and let's get one more in there. Let's see if Nick wants in, and then I'll get Matt. How many people can we get in this one stream? I wonder. I do wonder. Holy shit! One moment, guys. If you guys are in the lobby, give me a sec. I got one more I'm gonna put in. let's put Matt in there just in case he wants to join us. Okay. There's a couple of requests. Let's see who pops in. Oh, we got one. We got a bite. Who do we got in? We got the one and only IndiFan. How you doing, man?
Hey, I'm currently on my break, so I only have a limited amount of time. So, I mean, let's do this.
Yeah, so, guys, IndiFan, Brock McGinnis of Lightpost Films, go check out his stuff. I am going to start working on some more remastered episodes for you, man. I've been working so much.
Don't worry, I'm working on a few more episodes. The next episode is going to be Casey Jones, and it's going to be a two-parter.
Ooh, he's going to be doing, okay, Casey Jones. Okay, yeah, and obviously you're going to probably have to talk about, like, what is it, you gotta bring up the Ninja Turtles and everything, so that's gonna be exciting. But yeah, so there you go, man. Thank you. Yeah, that's gonna be really fun to do. So yeah, I mean, yeah, work's going good. What else is happening on your end?
Well, I mean, hang on, I gotta charge my phone here because I have only a limited amount of power, but I will tell you. Aside from that, I don't know. Depends on the direction of your channel. It may either be a continuation after season 2 is complete, which it will end this year. And thank God. And I do mean thank God. And on another note, what else? I may just make the movie into a full-on season instead. So there's that.
Okay.
Attention, please.
And if everything goes to plan on your end, I may be doing the Star Wars spinoff. I haven't been working on that for like a while. Hang on, I'm only at 1%.
No worries. Get to the charger. We'll talk to you later. Go! No! Come on! Well, we'll catch up to him afterwards. Let him charge his stuff. But yeah, he's doing that. Let's answer some questions. All right. Let me just see. How many people do I have here? Okay, so it just sounds like a lot of people are kind of busy tonight, but that's okay. Yeah, a lot of people are busy at the moment. So we might just have to be solo and answer a few more questions, which is fine. But yeah, so just things are just going really well. Oh wait, is he back? Is he back? Do we have him back? Are we back? Okay. Are you charged?
Yes, I still have 10 minutes, but we can still talk. So there's that.
Okay, yeah, you got 10 minutes. So yeah, just things are just picking up here. Things are getting back to normal finally. I mean, people were like, "What about this monkey thing?" They've said it's not that bad, so nothing. Oh, have you heard about this? Monkeypox. They just gotta keep pumping this shit out, don't they?
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, it's basically chicken pox, but worse. But again, they're trying to hype it up, even though doctors are saying it's not that bad. Calm your fucking titties. So yeah, that's happening. But really, I think people are just starting to get back to normal, which is lovely. Actually, I wanted to know too, Brock. I mean, because I wonder what you should make. You've been to the Comic-Con scenes and stuff, right?
I've been to some for a while. I mean, the first one I went to was New York Comic Con in 2008. I went there for 2009, 2010. Then I went there in 2012. Went to the East Coast Comic Con for 2015, 2018, and 2019. I did go to Kineticon, and I also, that's where I kind of met Doug there at the time. There is a Q&A in 2016 where I asked him, or a friend of mine asked, asked him a few questions.
All right, yeah, so you've been to a couple. I mean, what are the cons that are local to you? Because I've actually thought about doing more U.S.-based conventions.
Well, there's the East Coast Comic Con, but I'm not sure I'm going to be going, so there's that.
No, it's 9:05 on the East Coast.
Oh, no, it's Brother South.
Yeah, I don't know. And I think only a few people will get that reference. Only a few. Because I remember it. I remember it on Gameboy Advance Video, of all things. Oh, yeah. If you know what I'm talking about, they released that on Gameboy Advance Video.
What?
Okay, so the reference, now it's 9:05 on the East Coast. That's a nod to the first episode of Fairly Odd Parents. Yes, they put that shit on Game Boy Advance Video. I can pull it up right now, literally on my Game Boy Advance. We're doing this. We're doing this shit. You did this, Brock! Oh God, why? What were they thinking? So I brought this up in my video formats episode. They didn't put the movie on there, but back in 2005, holiday 2005, that was a huge time for electronics and certain merchandise and stuff. 2005, Christmas 2005. There's a little memory.
Yeah, there was the DS, the PSP.
Okay, so what it was is that the Xbox 360 had just come out. One of the biggest launch titles was the King Kong video game based on the Peter Jackson movie. The Star Wars prequels had just finished up, but one of the hot-selling toys that year was the Force Effects lightsabers. There was Roboraptor. Remember Roboraptor? Yeah.
The Force Effects lightsaber. Wait, what's the Force Effects lightsaber? Oh, I'm thinking of the Force Action lightsaber.
Yeah, Master Replicas. Back when Master Replicas started this whole thing, right?
Yes, those were good times.
So there was that. There was Roboraptor. You remember Roboraptor, right?
Oh, definitely.
Robo Sapien, Roboraptor, freaking iPods. Like, there was the commercial with the song Jerk It Out by the Caesars. Like, there was a lot of shit in 2005, that holiday season. But one of the biggest ones at the time was the portable DVD player. That changed the game for what? You gotta go? What's going on? What are we doing? Okay, no worries. So, all right, well, he'll be right back. So, the portable DVD player had just started. In fact, I still have mine. This is a show and tell episode. You guys are getting a lot this time. So, I still have, and it still works, my old portable DVD player. These were hot shit back in the day. These were the hot shit. If you had these on rides to... Oh, I think we're back. Is he back? Okay, we're back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay, so I'm talking about portable DVD players, 2005. These were the hot shit back in the day. If you were a kid on the bus and you had one of these, you were the man. You were the coolest fucking kid. Because every person who had a portable DVD player back then were either playing Family Guy for funnies when you weren't supposed to, or you were watching the latest anime. And for me, several trips watching Family Guy, several trips watching Inuyasha on the bus ride with these fucking things. So they were huge. Huge toys into the huge sellers. So obviously one of the biggest things that actually was just about to die was the Game Boy. The Game Boy was on its last legs because at the same time, the Nintendo DS was just about to come out. So Game Boy Advance was still trying to stay relevant. So what did they do? Well, first of all, they released the Game Boy Advance SP, which finally had a built-in light source where you can actually fucking see the screen. So this has been my Game Boy Advance SP for almost 20 years. I love this thing to death. But then what did they do? They wanted to get on the home video scene to stay relevant with the kids. And on top of that, outside of the portable DVD player, what was in between all that, between this and the Game Boy stuff? Video Now. Remember Video Now? Oh, God. Okay, yeah. Can I just point out as a side thing? The fact that Video Now is starting to become actually popular again, believe it or not, along with, believe it or not, Hit Clips, apparently is making a comeback. You don't remember Hit Clips.
I do, actually.
Okay, somebody had the audacity to revive the technology and make chips that last longer. Some of these chips last 9 hours worth of audio. And this guy's trying to bring Hit Clips back. Why? So they're doing that. But obviously, Video Now, apparently, Video Now, people are getting really fond of Video Now, and apparently, like, people are rebuying them now, and now they're going up in price. I'm like, really? Like, apparently one of the most expensive ones is the Star Wars one. There's a Star Wars one for the Video Now Color. So
yeah, it was in 2005 when Revenge of the Sith came out.
I know, I think it was like 2004, because Revenge of the Sith was like only a year off. They didn't have any footage for it. So Game Boy, obviously, Nintendo wanted to catch in on the whole portable home video market. So they came up with Game Boy Advance Video. Now, just to clarify, I collect these as a spare thing, and I've got a few. I'm just gonna pull out my little collection of Game Boy Advance videos. These were a real thing that they did okay for the short period of time, but needless to say, they flopped But they made a bunch of different movies and TV shows on these little cartridges. So you have, obviously you have some Nickelodeon shows. So I have the first 2 volumes of Nickelodeon. They have Nickelodeon cartoons. They also sold them separately. Cartoon Network, this was the first one I got. There's a couple Cartoon Network shirts on here. Ed, Edd n Eddy, Kurt's Cowardly Dog, Johnny Bravo, and Grim Adventures are all on here. There's, let's see here. There's Old Grown Up. That was there, obviously, another Nickelodeon thing. But then this one I wanted to get for the sheer novelty. This is hilarious. They put Dragon Ball GT on this. It's only 2 episodes, and they're the worst episodes. Like, they're so bad, right? So it's hilarious that they did that. And then they also, of course, put on the very end of its run, they put movies, like feature-length movies. They put Shrek 2 and Shark Tale and the first Shrek. So you can watch. This is the only, believe it or not, this is the only copy of Shark Tale I own on home video.
Anyway, I should get going. Oh yeah, I should get going. I should probably get back to work.
Okay. Well, it's good to have you on, Indy. Come on by anytime. We'll try to do more of these streams. Talk to you later. So I want to get. So
Yeah.
while he leaves, I'm gonna get back on this. So they had put. I know I'm going to the side thing. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. You take off.
All right. See you, man.
So yeah, they had put on the side some episodes of Nickelodeon on here, and let's see if it even works now. And what they did was they essentially just like put the first episode of Fairly Odd Parents on this cartridge. So let's see if it goes up. Let's see. Let me see if I can get it going. I love doing that. So yeah, they put it on here. It's like, as you can see, honestly, it picks up pretty well on the stream. I'm surprised. Right? So these were just a real thing they put out on Game Boy. And they were awful. The quality is like the quality in some regards is really bad. But let me go to that bit. The bit where this all for a freaking trend of now it's 9:05 on the East Coast. And I have it right here, right on cue. So this is what me and IndiFan were talking about. Let me just make sure I'm doing this right.
Now it's 9:05 on the East Coast.
That's what we're talking about. So yeah, they put cartoons. I'm just gonna mute it. They put cartoons on here. Like full-length cartoons. I don't want to do too much because of Viacom, but as you can see, they don't look too bad for a Game Boy cartridge. These were huge back in the day. And they just made them. I mean, I was a Game Boy Advance kid. I did grow up with it on bus rides and stuff, but kind of a weird tangent to go on, but that's sort of what that was sort of the last hurrah for the Game Boy. After that, it kind of went downhill. They didn't really make any more games. So all the games for Nintendo were jump and ship. So, oh yeah, the SpongeBob ones. Those I used to actually, it's funny because I used to rent some of the Game Boy Advance videos at Rogers Video, at the video store. Yes, they sold these fucking things at the video store. I'm not kidding. Like, yes, you can get Game Boy games, right? You can get Game Boy games, but you can get movies at the video store. It was so dumb. And part of me wants to I still slightly collect Game Boy games here and there. I'm mostly into the Star Wars games. Like, I used to play Lego Star Wars, the first game on Xbox and the Game Boy Advance. And I used to get, I want to say I played episode 2. I played episode 3 once. I played a few games on the Game Boy. I remember Two Towers and playing that a lot when that happened. There was a lot of that kind of stuff. So anyway, now that we're kind of, actually, speaking of, I'm going to actually, Toon Keen has a question. Speaking of Eddie, what's your favorite Ed? Mine has always been Eddie, the head leader in charge, because that guy had business plans. I take a lot from him in terms of business and how I do things, not the scam part, but in terms of just the excitement of it all. Really good. And I do want to point out, too, Obscure Media TV, formerly Studio 95, Bradley Dunn. He's doing a series of Ed, Edd n Eddy vlogs. Guys, go check that out. I do want to appear in an episode or two. I'm going to see if he's going to come up this weekend for the Toy Fair, so we might crack a few episodes, but I want to appear because I have some of my Ed, Edd n Eddy was one of my favorite Cartoon Network shows, if not the best. And there's a couple episodes I do want to discuss with him, so there's that. Let's see. Okay, here's a question. Sean Carroll says, do you think Brother Bear is underrated or misunderstood nowadays? Well, to quote Phil Collins himself, there must be some misunderstanding. It's funny because Brother Bear, I think, was the first 2D Disney film, hand-drawn Disney film that I skipped out on. Because at that point I was growing out of Disney. And I remember the trailers being pretty epic, although I was like, this is just a Lion King ripoff. And I remember liking I like some of the songs in Brother Bear. Believe it or not, I don't think I've seen it fully. I've seen clips, and I've heard all the Phil Collins songs, but I've never watched the whole movie. How funny is that? I've never watched the whole fucking film. So, yeah, no, I can't really judge. I like the song On My Way from Brother Bear. That's a good one. But I've yet to watch that fully. I will definitely maybe take a look at that down, perhaps Oasis the God. What do you think of filming the GB? Okay, so a lot of people are asking me about this. Obviously, there has been the announcement they are making a round 2 sequel to Godzilla vs. Kong. So here are my thoughts. I don't have any thoughts. Let's see how it is. At this point, Kong being more just like a typical monster who shows up in a franchise movie is not much to get too excited about for me now, because like we're kind of just going towards the whole superhero thing. And so let's see what Kong does. If the movie, if I'm at this point, I think Godzilla vs. Kong has been peak MonsterVerse stuff. So I don't know how the sequel is going to do, but let's see what happens. I'm curious to. It's kind of odd that they're making one right away. It's so out of left field, and it's weird because I feel like it's the same feeling everybody had with Son of Kong when that was coming out. Why make a sequel? King Kong Lives too. Why make a sequel? It's kind of odd that we're getting a sequel to something and we don't know what to think of it. And that's sort of where I'm at. I don't know what to think of an actual sequel to Godzilla vs. Kong now because it just kind of came out of nowhere. It was never planned. It was never set up. And it's like, well, what do we do now? So I don't know. It's really, it's kind of like being in purgatory, kind of being in limbo in a way. So there's that. What's your favorite review? Okay, let's see. What's your favorite reviewer's intro theme? Sorry for off-topic question. That's an interesting question. I mean, to be fair, nothing beats mine. Mine's pretty kick-ass. Mine's based on anime stuff. I can't really decide. I think my favorite, I mean, obviously ABGN is classic. I really like the original JonTron intro. Simple to the point, and that theme song. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know, just something very simple like that is probably my favorite review show intro. It's just JonTron. I'll say this. JonTron, whenever he uploads something, it's a delicacy. Because he uploads randomly. And it's at the, like, when you never suspect it, when you never think it's going to happen. And what's funny is that JonTron, because my mom is not into the internet culture. My mom doesn't get it. She supports my job, but she doesn't get it. But JonTron is the first YouTuber that she actually really likes because I showed her the Flex Tape episode. I'd never seen my mother laugh so hard in her life. So now when a new JonTron shows up, that's something I plan with my mom. Like we watch that and we laugh our asses off. And man, it's a hoot and a holler whenever she can laugh. It's funny as hell. And I always saw JonTron as sort of the Billy Crystal of reviewers, or the Billy Crystal of YouTube. How JonTron has not hosted the Academy Awards, I have no idea why. He would make a great talk show host. So, I don't know. Yeah, I guess JonTron is my favorite intro. I do want to do more TV intros someday. I want to do another TV intro. I've been lacking to do that. Don't know that. Oasis the God. Can you review and react to the fan description Batman movies from Channel Awesome? So, off topic, I'm friends with a lot of people at Channel Awesome. I'm friends with a lot of people on and off the site. I have seen a lot of their fan descriptions, and I do like what they do. Don't know if I have anything to really say or react to them, but they have some pretty cool stuff on that end. So that's all I'll say. They're good. Let's see. Holy shit, we're getting messages after messages. Probably because of his political takes. Would you watch a King Kong versus Mighty Joe Young movie? That would be interesting as a sort of a fan film. If it was a fan film, I'd watch it. As a movie, probably not. But as a fan film, that would be kind of cool. Let's see. Why don't you audition for Carl Dunham and Huey's Kong? I don't know if I'd be the right voice for it. I think Huey has his own vision of what he's looking for, because one thing I do whenever I cast people, which is one of the reasons I've been busy, I've been casting for a lot of projects, like locally. One of the things I do is tell my actors, whoever I audition, saying we're looking for somebody who can sound like this actor, or somebody who can do an impression of this actor. And when they do, sometimes you get good, sometimes you can work with what you got, but sometimes you get gold. We just casted somebody from the Star Wars prequels that they sent their audition, and I was so impressed with their acting abilities that we're going to start shooting with them in June right away. That's going to be one of the first things we shoot. So it's in regards to casting, I don't know if I'd be the right fit for Carl Dunham in that regard. So yeah, it's just things are just getting really freaking busy, guys. Again, I do apologize that I haven't been able to pin on here much. It's just been a hell of a ride filming stuff. It just feels good to be back, honestly. It feels good to get back into big productions again. In fact, if you guys follow me on TikTok and Instagram, I did go on a huge location scouting. We took a pirate boat. We took a boat, and it was really fun. Choppy waves. Middle of a terrible fucking storm the other day. It was pretty crazy. Let's see. Okay, I get this question a lot. Have I seen Deep Rising? It's a film that's kind of acts as a prequel to King Kong. The thing is that I get a lot of requests to talk about Deep Rising. I know it's directed by Steven Sommers, who did The Mummy, and it was his work prior, and I have seen reviews of it, and I had no idea this movie existed. I don't know if there's enough for a Kong review, but perhaps a BigJackFilms reviews, that's a possibility. That's sort of the best way I can describe Deep Rising in terms of a Kong review or a BigJackFilms review. It's the equivalent of Linkara trying to get his Patreon up to review other tokusatsu stuff outside of Power Rangers, because he does history of Power Rangers, and he's always stated, if you want me to do VR Troopers, Masked Rider, Big Bad Beetleborgs, if you get my Patreon to a certain thing, I'll talk about one of those. That's what I would do with Deep Rising. It's one of those things where it would have to be a major Patreon sponsored episode. I don't know if I could do a full review where I have anything much to say. Like, I mean, in terms of Kong, but as a review, like a review, maybe that's a possibility someday. So there's that. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do, I'm probably going to bring it down to 3 questions. I'm just going to answer one more before the 3. Okay, so I got 2 questions already. So I'm gonna answer a total with including these ones, 5 more questions. So it's these 2 and then 3 more. So. And then I'm probably going to cut the stream because I do have to get back to work, and I just wanted to update you guys on what's going on. And, you know, honestly, do some promises. I think next week, if I can, I'll get more people in, because I've been talking with GT's Reborn. We want to do a big movie discussion stream. I think that's going to be in the works maybe next week. I don't know. Let's see. But the first question is, out of 5, have I seen The Rescuers Down Under? Yes, I have. I watched it a lot as a kid. I haven't seen it since. I've seen a lot of reviews of it. People say it's a very underappreciated Disney film. I agree on that. I think George C. Scott is fantastic. I think the score is amazing. The score to that film is awesome. Like the whole opening scene, just the it's awesome. Fantastic stuff on that end. So I don't know if there's much for, again, if you're asking for a review, don't know if that's something up my alley, but I do like Rescue Down Under. Thank you, Emma, for that question. Dino Mike 2986. I love your profile and I love your name, by the way. What's one thing you really want to see in Jurassic World Dominion? So, potential spoilers, if you will. I don't know if this has been confirmed or not, although some reviews have been kind of hinting at it. I don't know. I have no idea. But one thing I want to see happen. Well, one thing actually already did happen. If you have seen the clip that they put out, the promotional clip of Alan Grant and Ellie meeting, there's a bit where Alan's like checking in on Ellie's kids and saying, how are the kids? And Ellie says, oh, they're in college. They're doing great. And then Alan pops the $1 billion question that our fans have been asking since Jurassic Park 3. How's Mark? If you guys don't know who Mark is the fucking person that Ellie married and didn't end up with Alan Grant. And we were so pissed off about that in 3. What does Ellie say? It's over. I was applauding I was screaming, yes! Yes! Fuck Mark! Fuck Mark! So long, Mark! Bye! I was so happy. This was the equivalent of Nostalgia Critic in his review of No Way Home when Willem Dafoe smashed that fucking Green Goblin mask. That's me. I see that clip and I'm just like, that is something I'm like, thank you. Thank you. Fuck Mark. Fuck Mark. That's going to be a meme now. That's going to be a meme now. BigJackFilms versus Mark from Jurassic Park 3. Make it so on Twitters or whatnot. But man, I was so happy seeing that clip. And now I was like, those 50 seconds are already way better than Fallen Kingdom. I am hyped as hell for this movie. I want to see what they do with it. But if you're asking me what I want to see personally, so it's something that I was kind of bitching about in my review of Fallen Kingdom, that stuff that I think they were going to try to do were censored because of Hollywood politics and because of just merchandising deals. Now that we're out of that big political hump in Hollywood, I think Colin Trevorrow is actually going to do pretty well here. Because there's been stuff, because think about it, since my review, I did bash Fallen Kingdom. I still think it's the worst of the franchise. I still think it's the worst film. It made me apologize to the third Jurassic Park. But in the wake of it, I said some stuff that I kind of have to take back a little bit. At the time I made that episode, Colin Trevorrow was still attached to Star Wars Episode 9. And when it came out, there was then the announcement that J.J. Abrams had taken over production. So part of me actually was like, oh, so he's not doing Episode 9. Because I was concerned because of his writing in Fallen Kingdom, how it was going to potentially act with Episode 9. I was thinking, okay, this is maybe not a good idea. But he was taken off for a different reason. Looking at Episode 9 again, yeah, it's technically bad, but I still enjoy it. Colin's script, which I have read, is way better. And I take back, honestly, everything I said about him with Episode 9. Because looking at his script, realizing, okay, that was a much better product. I'm thinking he's probably going to include this kind of stuff, this push forward with Dominion. So I am kind of happy he's back in that regard. So I do take that back. However, like I said, there is stuff in Fallen Kingdom that they hinted at or were trying to get across, but were censored and cut due to politics and merchandise and selling to kids. And this movie is not going to hold back, I think. One of the things I brought up is that the fact that I think the original twist with the Indoraptor being part human was cut. And it was cut because somebody looked at J.A. Bayona's first cut and said, who fucked the dinosaur? Who had sex with them? I mean, look, we're already having issues with the Owen and Blue shipping. We don't need any more of this shit. So I think that was censored. And then you have the whole twist with Maisie being a clone. Now, over the last few years, as I was thinking about it, I first was shocked by this twist. I liked the twist. Then I hated the twist. And I hated the twist because it felt like an afterthought, a reshoot, because the original twist had to be cut. But looking at my research, one, human cloning actually is possible, guys. I'm not putting a tinfoil hat on that. It actually is possible. There is a 60 minutes thing on horses and polo that you should definitely look up, and it is possible. So they grounded it a little bit in realism, which I like. Second of all, that does seem like kind of a big step in this franchise. If you have genetic science that can bring back 65 million-year-old creatures, who's to say somebody's not going to try to do that shit with humans? So it just makes sense. However, if you watch Fallen Kingdom, they're kind of hinting at this. The way they shoot Maisie, think about this. The way they film her is very monstrosity or monstrous per se. And the way they film her close-ups and all that, I'm thinking she might be part dinosaur. I think when Lockwood was tinkering around with the cloning of Maisie, somebody must have snuck in and saw the human genetic sequence and been like, oh my god, he's doing humans. Okay, I'm just going to take a little drop of dino DNA and put that right in the little girl and see what happens. I feel like that's going to be a twist. And there's hints to it. First of all, the guy I talked to who saw the movie at the premiere was kind of saying, I asked him, is there a certain something that might happen, a big twist in the movie that's going to push to the next level? And he said, yeah. So that kind of confirmed my suspicions. Second of all, I actually have heard leaks I heard about the plot leaks of this film about 2 years ago. And looking at the advertisement and the way the movie's set up, those leaks are turning out to be true. Because one thing, a lot of people are noticing this, and you might notice this. Do you ever notice that when Dr. Wu says, we've made a terrible mistake, that Maisie's in the corner of the shot? Now, obviously, Biosyn is heavily involved with this film. That has been a given. And what they said is Biosyn was the mastermind the whole time. They're literally pulling that guy from the wrestling. It was me, Injun! It was me all along! Biosyn is back in this film, and they're pretty much confirming that these guys, and it's all over the plot stuff and everything already. So it's not a big deal. That they have been the masterminds behind all the chaos with this franchise the whole time. So the thing is that my guess is Maisie and Wu are in that Biosyn facilities. Now, in the trailer, you'll notice that Beta has been captured by who? And obviously, it's probably Biosyn. And you notice at the start of the trailer and all the promotion, they're talking about Owen and Claire are raising Maisie. And that's all they'll say. Maisie's been captured with Beta. That's a given. Because you notice they're not showing that in the trailers. They're not showing that in the advertisements. It's a way to get people when they go in. It's like, oh my God, she's been captured too. So look, I get the feeling that Dr. Wu knew about the cloning with Maisie, told Biosyn, and Biosyn said, not only do we need that Beta, but we need that child, because that child is the next step. That's a huge scientific achievement. We need that asset. So I think something on the lines, because look, you cannot, with the fifth film, you cannot drop a twist like that massive, and not go into the next film saying, oh, she's just there. You can't do that. That is a huge step in the plot. That is thickening the plot. So I think there's more to Maisie than meets the eye. No, she's not a Decepticon. No, she's not a Dinobot. She's part dinosaur in some way. I get the feeling we're going to get a scene. She's just going to slowly adapt. Where it's sort of like, remember in Jumanji when, what's the name of the kid, the little boy? I get the feeling it's going to be like that, where he slowly turns into a monkey. She's going to slowly turn into some sort of monster, like some sort of thing where, like, the first hint that's going to happen, her eye pupils are going to be raptor. They're going to have raptor pupils. How scary is that? How scary would that be to, like, turn around and Maisie suddenly has raptor pupils? Oh, shit. What did they do in that lab? Okay, this is getting crazy. And then, I don't know, maybe she kills somebody. Maybe like at one point, some guard is like going around in the dark and just hears a little, turns around. Then Maisie's got her raptor teeth going, Pah! Like, you remember that shot in Fallen Kingdom where, like, the Indoraptor's teeth match with her mouth? Why do I get the feeling we're going to see that visualized? And I would just say, if that's what they've been planning, I'm in. Because go crazy. It's the final film. Go nuts. Go Cabin in the Woods on the final installment. I feel like they're taking a lot from Cabin in the Woods. Go crazy. And this is something I've been wanting for years. Like, even since the fourth film, that's been my idea, is that they go into this secret lab and there's all these human dino experiments going on. Just something. Go crazy. It's the last film. Why the fuck not? You've been holding back for years. Why not? Fuck it. And if this movie ends up being a fuck it movie, where they're just like, we don't care. Let's just make up the craziest shit in this final installment. Let's do the chaos effect line that we were going to do in the 90s. Let's do it. I feel like they're going to do that. That's going to be the big twist. Now, yes, they have the They have the Giganotosaurus as the big baddie. Obviously, that's their big secret extra weapon. But something about Maisie being sort of this, I mean, even Double Toasted brought this up in their reaction to the trailers. They're saying, why is this girl, why does she feel like she's going to be the chosen one, where she's going to be the key and everything? And you know what? At first, I'm like, are they going to make her like the Dino Whisperer, where she can talk to them, where she's like Eliza Thornberry? No. I feel like they're taking a thing from, a little nod from the last Predator film. Now, look, the last Predator film was fucking shit. I hated it. I absolutely hated the last Predator film. But there's something about what somebody said in the film that I hated at first, but over time I thought, that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad theory. There's a line that a scientist says about this child who says, you know, some scientists say this about the subject, but some people see it as the next step in the evolutionary chain. At first, I hated that line. I hated that line because they're doing shit where it's like X-Men. But now thinking about it, I'm like, that isn't a bad theory, considering what, you know, that topic goes into when it comes to judgmenting and bullying and stuff like that. That's pretty cool. So I feel like Maisie's going to be that. Maisie's going to be the next. The reason Biosyn wants Maisie. One, human cloning, you can't let that slide. That's an asset. That's a scientific achievement. Any government agent will want that for research. But also, the idea that maybe they see her as the missing link. Maybe they see her as, you know, she's the next step in human evolution. Who knows? Let's see. But in answer to your question, Dino Mike, that I took apparently 20 minutes to talk about, that's what I think is going to happen. The big twist, she's part dinosaur in some way, shape, or form. Doesn't have to be 100%, but I would just say, go fucking nuts. Go fucking nuts on this last movie. Go crazy. I even say maybe some main characters are going to die. I get the feeling Alan Grant's probably not going to make it. I get the feeling he's not going to make it. I don't know. I don't think he's going to make it. One of them has to die. That's something I would be okay with. One of them has to die. One of the original characters has to die. Or the new characters. One of them. Make it happen. I'm in. There's my question. Hope that's enough for you, man. Oh, we got a donation. The Real McCoy donated $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Real McCoy. He has a question. What's a film you saw that was funny, but it wasn't supposed to be funny? Ooh, that's a toughie. Shit. Trying to think of a movie that I laughed at. That what people are like. So it's the idea is, I guess, like I was laughing at it, I'm like, well, this isn't funny. I'm like, maybe because I thought it was bad. You know what? I mean, there's something like Twilight. Something that a lot of people like. Look, oh God, this is tough. You know what? I would say Lincoln. Lincoln was a serious film, but I was laughing my ass off because of how ridiculously boring it was. When you got to the twist at the end, I was laughing like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. You can't even do that. And people are like, why are you laughing? Because this movie sucks. This movie's terrible. I don't know, just something like that, perhaps. Horror films I get a laugh at because they are not scary. Some of the horror films I'm laughing my ass off how bad they are. So there's that, I guess. But again, Jay the Real McCoy, thank you for donating $5 on Super Chat. Really appreciate it. Your contributions gonna go towards our stuff on our channel, on our show. Thank you so much. All right, we got time for 2 more questions. Let's make it count. Let's see here. I won't do any requests. No requests. I already answered your question, so that won't count. Oh man, where are all the questions at? Give me a question, guys. Give me a question. I gotta find a good one here. Yeah, you're guys talking about Ghostbusters. Yeah, Afterlife was really good. Holy shit. Okay, GNK Boy 2001 has a question. Do you think that the Spino from Jurassic Park 3 will appear in Dominion? At this point, wanting that character to come back in some big final round 2 between the T-Rex is probably just going to be a dream. A cameo would be fine. A cameo would be okay, but I don't think it's going to ever show up again. I think that character is done. And again, looking back on Jurassic Park 3, people who just want him to come back because they want a round 2 with the T-Rex. I wanted that. Don't get me wrong. I really wanted that, guys. Now I'm kind of like, well, it happened. It happened. I don't think we're this far in. I don't think we're ever going to get it. And quite frankly, looking at that fight scene, I think that, like, as much as the T-Rex is my favorite, that T-Rex was a juvenile. That T-Rex was a pitiful, weak male that the Spino just ripped in half. It's not meant to be a full bull T-Rex. It's meant to be a juvenile, and that thing was taken out pretty easily. So, in that sense, I can root for the Spino, and the Spino was good for the third film. And it was a good kind of change of pace. I think over time, honestly, the Spinosaurus has been, I've been more in its favor nowadays. I've been more leaning towards it more because, like, I mean, the whole movie, the third film, I've been leaning towards more. I've had a really good time with it. I still enjoy it. I still watch it on TV on occasion, and I have fun with that film. Less can be said about Fallen Kingdom. So there's sort of my thoughts on the third Jurassic Park and the Spinosaur thing. All right, we got time for one more question. Sean Carroll says, do you think there will be a Ghostbusters Afterlife 2, aka Ghostbusters 4? Yes, actually, they have confirmed that is happening, Sean. That is actually happening. They are doing Ghostbusters 4. Now, the question is, what's the plot going to be about? Because obviously you have to focus on the new Ghostbusters, the new kids, which I'm okay with. Here's what I would want to see happen, and this is sort of a stretch. Because Sony is actually doing pretty good with both Ghostbusters and Spider-Man, I'm not asking for a crossover, although that would be cool. But what I would like to see is a multiverse movie. Because first and foremost, I don't like 2016. I don't like Answer the Call. Terrible fucking movie. I don't call it Ghostbusters. I call it Queefbusters. It's terrible. Now look, nothing against women Ghostbusters, but you need a better script. But if No Way Home can redeem The Amazing Spider-Man 2, which I considered the worst Spider-Man movie, what's to say that the next Ghostbusters can't redeem 2016 to some extent? Because the actors are okay. They're just in a shitty script. What if the concept is that because think about it, now in Afterlife, you have two sets of Ghostbuster teams. You have the new kids and you have the old generation. What if they're still doing all this shit, and then something happens where something with the energy and the ecto stuff, whatever they did, the nuclear accelerators with Ghostbusters, opens a portal to another universe, and the 2016 Ghostbusters show up. Now, here's what I think would be cool, right? You have 3 sets of Ghostbuster teams. What's 4 times 3? Hang on, let me think. 12 Ghostbusters. 12. 13, 14, 15 if you count the side characters. What I would like to see is them in their own little giant Ghostbusters army of like 12 or 15 Ghostbusters. Both Ecto ones. And they go to New York. New York's invaded by an army of ghosts, an army of darkness per se. And all the Ghostbusters unite and fight together in the Ghostbuster War, essentially. Tell me that actually doesn't sound pretty fucking awesome. Tell me that a Ghostbusters, like, multiverse movie with 12 Ghostbusters doesn't sound awesome. I actually would kind of watch that. And in a way, you can redeem these actresses who I think got a really bad rep. It really was just the script of that movie. The actors were okay, but they had no way, they didn't know what to do with the material. I think that would be interesting, is if they just did 12 Ghostbusters fighting in an army of ghosts, and what do you call it? Ghostbusters cross streams, or Ghostbusters cross streams. See? Crossing streams. They're crossing over. I think that would be interesting. I think that would be the next obvious step with the 4th Ghostbusters, is just bring the whole franchise in. Have it out in 2024 even to celebrate the 40th anniversary of the original Ghostbusters. That would be stellar. I would actually kind of watch that. So that's my idea for Ghostbusters 4. I would definitely do that. Ghostbusters cross streams. That's a movie. So anyway, yeah, I just think that's what I would do. So I think we're going to cut it off right now, guys. We've gone like, what, an hour and 45 minutes into the stream. I had a really good time coming back to you guys. We're going to try to come back next week. I want to bring Sean on, and I want to do a movie talk. So, again, thank you all so much. Thank you for the super chats from our guys there. Thank you for the fan mail. Of course, if you guys want to go send us gifts, donations, art, fan art, mail, letters, questions, please do so at the address, BigJackFilms, P.O. Box 326, Queensville, Ontario, O0G1R0. Love to hear from you guys. Support us on Patreon. Thank you all to our new Patreon sponsors. So many people to thank. IndiFan, RaisorBlade, I think it's Xenoblade Productions. I can't remember. So many people on Patreon just recently. So go support us there. $1 more will get you access to early content as well as new special features, unreleased stuff. We're going to do more there. And tune in tomorrow where you will see an opening night of the live-action Scooby-Doo movie. God, I have things to say about that. And also tune in Friday for our 40th anniversary retrospective of The Last Unicorn. Cannot wait to show you guys this. This is a 45-minute review, so strap yourselves in. That will be also tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. I'm going to put a premiere up for it. I think you guys are really going to enjoy this video. It was really working hard. And then afterwards, might be hinting at what I'm going to be doing next pretty early. I just want to see if we can get some stuff done first. And once I feel like once I have enough in the can, I'll be able to show off more. But we're doing that as quick as we can. So thank you guys so much for all your support, for all your patience. Sorry we have not been doing more consistent scheduling. We've just been very busy. Now that summer's here, summer's our peak. Summer's our peak to make videos. So thank you guys so much again. We'll catch you guys later. Thank you so much. Big Jack Film signing off. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys hopefully next week. It's good to be back. It's good to be back. See you guys later. Take it easy.